Hello, my friends and subscribers. This is Real Action News Media, who brings you news, views, and reviews from yard and abroad. Yes, my friends and subscribers. Today I have two stories to share with you, straight from the diaspora, straight out of Canada. Okay, so kick back, relax, and let's get started. First story up. Judge toss drug charges after finding that $5,000 likely stolen during police search of a Toronto man's apartment. A Supreme Court judge said she had no choice but to cast out number of drug charges laid against a Toronto man after finding out that one or more officers likely stole $5,000 in cash from his apartment during a search in 2021. George Shami, a personal trainer, was arrested and charged with 11 drug offenses, including trafficking and possession, after police allegedly he attempted to sell cocaine to an undercover officer in May 2021. In his decision posted last month, Justice Nancy Spice wrote that Shami sought a stay of proceeding at the offset of his trial on the grounds that police allegedly used excessive force during his arrest, and the officers who searched his apartment stole $5,000 from him that he had hidden in a garbage bag at the bottom of a laundry basket. The judge said she did not accept his evidence on excessive use of force, but did believe cash was taken from his apartment. She said, I find that $5,000 was likely stolen by the police during the search of his apartment. The judge stressed that the findings also meant that at least one officer lied in giving evidence before me, which compound the misconduct. The Police Professional Standard Unit take judicial findings very serious, and if misconduct is found, disciplinary action will be taken after an investigation is conducted and completed. Shami, a 37-year-old University Toronto graduate who completed a Bachelor of Commerce degree in 2010, said he started his own fitness company in May 2017 after working as a junior accountant while admitting to dealing drugs. He said he was not selling on a big scale. He was arrested on May 13, 2021, after arranging to sell drugs to a man who was later identified as an undercover officer. The judge said the police body camera shows their entry and exit during the search, which support his evidence about a garbage bag in the laundry hamper. She said his weaker log of his drug operations documented found to be authentic. Mr. Shami's record established that he should have had $6,650 in his apartment. The amount of cash the police seized was $1,340, which was taken from the bowl on the counter, she said, meaning that $5,000 from the hamper was unaccounted for. The judge noted that Shami was a convincing witness. We have found that Mr. Shami has proven on a balance of probability that police stole cash from his apartment. A stay of these proceedings and of all charges in the indictment must be granted. Notwithstanding the serious charges against Mr. Shami, I have no choice but to grant the application in order to denounce this misconduct and preserve the integrity of our justice system. Man, this is real bad, you know. If things like these are happening, man, for people to serve and protect, and these allegations are really coming out against them, it's not a good sign. And the senior leadership team has a lot of work to do, so they have to get down to business and start weeding out the bad apples, because we have more good policemen than bad ones. It's just a matter of time for the senior officers to do their internal investigation and set up their own internal sting and can clean up the force. Okay? All right. Next contents. Let's move on to the next story. I brought this story to you about in June, where the Salsa Festival on St. Clair there was a shooting where 2 persons were shot and killed, and no one was held at the time for the shooting. Unfortunately, now they have arrested 2 persons. Let's get down to business. 2 18-year-olds arrested for the Salsa Festival on St. Clair shooting on July 11th after 8 p.m. 2 18-year-olds have been charged with murder for the Salsa on St. Clair Festival shooting that left 2 men dead and 5 people injured. Both males identified as Jasha Masaroa Gill and Louis Downey faces a combined 37 charges in connection with the shooting that occurred on the busy street festival on July 11th at about 8 p.m. Both suspects have been charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. This is a targeted shooting that killed 25-year-old Shaquan Kwashi and 20-year-old Caesar Vensna, and 5 others were wounded when shots rang out. 2 firearms were found at the scene, but they were not discharged. Detective Sergeant Stacy McCabe said despite the fact that only 1 firearm was used in the shooting, police have sufficient evidence to charge both suspects with murder and attempted murder. The 2 suspects were arrested separately on the 5th of August in Toronto, and during the execution of the search warrant, 3 firearms were seized. Ballistic testing is being conducted to determine if one of these firearms was the gun used on the July 11th shooting. This investigation is about gun violence and the willingness of young people to use guns with complete disregards for human lives and the safety of anyone around them. Toronto Police Chief calling the shooting terrifying violence. He said, "What needs to be addressed is the ignoramus behavior and the willingness of some people to pick up firearms and shooting them off in our public spaces." He said the incident is deeply unsettled. He also said labeling it does not address what is at stake. It's the people's sense of safety and security, and the 2 lives that were taken. Yes, my friends and subscribers, all I have to say to the young people, stay away from violence, stay away from guns, find a job, get some education, better yourself, stay off the street, stay out of gangs, because the only place you will find yourself is behind bars or at the morgue. Okay? So, thank you guys for listening. Please like, share, hit the notification bell, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you soon. Okay, keep safe. Bye bye.